With the high demand of finding a monitor that actually fits every single need in your lifestyle, that's gaming, watching movies or Netflix, or even editing videos to upload on YouTube or stream, finding the correct monitor to do all these things and to do them well is very difficult. Today we're going to be reviewing the BenQ EX2780Q and finding out if this is the monitor that's able to do all that. Esiva, this is LaserBolt, and welcome to today's video, guys. Today, like I said, we will be reviewing this BenQ monitor, and big shout out to BenQ for actually sending this monitor over to us. Now, this is not a sponsored video. I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on what I think about the monitor, if you guys should consider picking this up, or if you guys should probably find something better. Now, we are going to be diving into a lot of technical stuff because this monitor does have a lot of features that you probably haven't heard of, and you're definitely going to want to know what these do in order to figure out if you should pick this one up or if you should skip this. Now, if this is the first time you guys watch one of our reviews, we do our reviews based on two factors. Number one is quality, and number two is the price of the item, and we determine if that price is worth the value that you're going to get when you actually purchase the product. If these bolt standards are met, this will get the LaserBolt approval. If it doesn't meet the bolt standards that are met, it will not get the LaserBolt approval. Now, this monitor comes with a lot of really cool features, which we will talk about, like HDRi, the sound. It just has a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about. But before we dive into all the technical stuff, let's talk about how good looking this monitor is. So this monitor comes with a bezel-less feature. Now, what that means is that the bezels surrounding the monitor are going to be very, very thin, and you're not really going to notice them even when you're playing games or when you're editing something on your favorite editor, or you're streaming, or you're watching a movie. Since the bezel is so thin, it becomes a bezel-less monitor. In addition to that, in the bottom of the monitor, we have our nice subwoofer and speaker board. It looks really, really nice. Very subtle. It's not something that's going to be jumping out at you. We also have a nice infrared display on the bottom, which I'll talk to you guys what that display is for. And we have a very nice stand. One thing I love about this monitor is that it actually comes with a remote control, and this is why this monitor is so keen into being a multifunctional monitor, because you're able to watch movies, you're able to play games, you're able to do a lot of stuff within the monitor, and you're able to control that with the palm of your hand. You don't have to go ahead and reach behind the monitor or underneath the monitor to get to the functions that you need. They're right in the palm of your hand. In addition to that, guys, on the back side, it comes with the following inputs and outputs. It comes with an HDMI 2.0. That's really important. It comes with 2 ports of that. It comes with a display port of 1.4, a USB Type-C port, which I love. So you need to charge your laptop or you need to charge your phone, you'll be able to do that from the back. It also comes with an alternative display port and a headphone jack in case you want to plug in your headphones on the back of the monitor, which I wouldn't recommend because the speakers are so good. I don't even know why you want to use a headset. After you guys see the sound test we're going to be doing with this monitor, you're going to be like, who needs a headset? But we'll talk about that as we go in further into the review. Now, if you're always sitting in front of your desk and looking at your monitor and don't want to be flinking around with the remote control, you're still able to control all the settings from the monitor. You're able to go to the back of the monitor and mess around with the control settings. One cool feature that I love that they added is that they added a little volume rocker on the left hand side and the bottom of the monitor, so you can easily toggle the volume back and forth. Now, the monitor will allow you to tilt back and forth. It doesn't come with swivel, but you can always adjust it accordingly since you're technically always in front of the screen. Now it's time to let's get technical. Yeah, so we're gonna jump right into all the stuff that the monitor comes with. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is that this monitor is a IPS monitor. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the term, I do want to give you guys a quick overview for those of you who might not be familiar with the term. The reason why this is so important is because gaming monitors were almost never IPS monitors. The reason why IPS monitors were so popular was because they were used a lot for editing, a lot for graphic designers, and the reason behind that is because they provide you with a lot of really good features. The two biggest features, which almost any graphic designer or anybody that works with graphics would tell you, is that IPS monitors were considered the go-to because they had accurate colors. This is very important due to the fact that this is so important in gaming. You want to make sure that when you're seeing stuff and playing a game, you want to make sure that the color you're viewing is the color that is meant to be viewed. You do not want to see something teal when it's meant to be green. And that's why I was actually really excited when I heard that this monitor was an IPS monitor. In addition to that, IPS monitors are known for being very good at wide viewing angles. And when I got this monitor, I said to myself, I want to test how accurate the colors are, how good are the wide viewing angles on this monitor, since IPS monitors were technically not considered gaming monitors. And I'm extremely satisfied to tell you guys that both of these features are really, really good for this monitor. And I'm super excited and happy that we're finally getting some really, really good IPS monitors for gaming. Now that we know the display is amazing, let's talk about the technology behind the display, and that is the HDRi feature. Yes, you heard it correctly, HDRi, not just HDR, but we added an I in there. So for those of you who are familiar with HDR, you guys know HDR just looks really beautiful, but what exactly does I mean? So the I in HDRi was put by BenQ as it is their proprietary technology. Basically, what this technology does, it becomes a super smart monitor because the monitor is able to identify by itself when there is really dark aspects within a scene and when there is really light aspects of the scene. So let's say you're watching a scene where the sunset is setting. Of course, where the sunset is setting, it's going to be bright, and where you might be standing, it might be a little bit dark. Now, what the monitor is able to do, it's able to adjust the bright side of the scene and also adjust the dark side of the scene. Technically, if you just had a HDR monitor, it would just kind of filter out everything and make it a little bit saturated to give you guys a nice little contrast of black and bright. But what this new technology does, it's able to identify where it's bright and where it's dark, making this really good for gaming. As you guys know, as a gamer, even though if you adjust the brightness level on certain games, there's certain portions of that game that will look really dark. There's certain portions of the game that will look too bright, and you're never able to target that perfect bright setting within your game UI, and you kind of have to tinker with a lot of stuff with your TV or your monitor. Now with this technology, you're not going to have to do that because the monitor will do that by itself. Now the monitor comes with 3 HDR different presets. It comes with cinema, gaming, and display. The cinema is going to enhance the contrast and the color performance. It's going to prevent washed out images. The game HDR is going to enhance the contrast to the details in the dark scenes and also the color gradients to avoid overexposure. Now the display HDR, this is going to be for mostly when you're editing or just viewing your computer. This is pretty much the standard which they have set for all HDR displays to work accordingly to any HDR content. It also comes with the HDR emulated, which is pretty cool because what this does is that if you're watching any type of other content that is not HDR or like a SDR format, it's going to convert that or try to emulate the HDR aspect of it, turning the SDR format to HDR just by itself. You'll see a display on the screen that says HDR emulated. Now onto one of the features that I wasn't really expecting out of this monitor, and that is the sound quality. This, guys, comes with a built-in 2.1 speakers. This comes also with a subwoofer. Yes, you guys heard it correctly. It also comes with a subwoofer, which is going to immerse you into whatever type of content you're listening to. Whether it be that you're just chilling back, enjoying some music, or if you're playing a really good game and you want to get those nice mids, those nice lows, and have that amazing fidelity when you're playing and being able to hear all the sounds kind of surrounding you, then this monitor is going to have you blown away. I wasn't expecting the speakers to sound this good, but these are actually really, really good speakers. So like, Now, the reason why we're able to get such great quality sound is because of DSP, which is the digital signal processing chip that's introduced into the monitor itself, and you're going to be able to adjust this accordingly to whatever you're viewing. If you're playing a game, you're going to select the DSP gaming time. What this is going to do, it's going to give you intense bass-driven effects that keep you enjoying the quality of the game and sound as well. If you're watching a movie or enjoying some sort of Netflix, then you're going to want to choose cinema. What this is going to do, it's going to balance the background effects and the dialogue with a theatrical feel. Now, whether you're sitting watching this video or just watching most of my YouTube videos, then what you're going to want to do is set this to dialogue or voice, and then what it's going to do, it's going to lower down the bass and bring out the high-end clarity needed to be able to hear every word clearly. Now, it also comes with a rock party one for music enjoyment and for nice set of beats, and it also comes one with called Live Pop, once again, to help you enjoy that nice clarity. By far, this is definitely one of my favorite features about this monitor. The sound quality is just amazing. You really don't want to put on your headsets anymore. You just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy whatever content you're viewing. We put the monitor to the test in every set of scenario that you might be putting it to. That's whether playing on Xbox, playing on PlayStation 4, playing on PC, and also editing and streaming. And this is what we've come to the conclusion of the pros and the cons. So let's go ahead and get started with the pros. The pros, number one, sound quality, amazing. That 2.1 fidelity is really crystal clear. It gives you those nice mids, those nice lows. It lets you adjust whatever content you're watching, and it adjusts accordingly to whatever profile you want to pick. In addition to that, it has an added subwoofer, giving you that nice bass and immersiveness when you're playing a game. Another pro is the IPS display, giving you that nice wide viewing angles, that nice fidelity in color, and overall in general, being able to have IPS quality content in a gaming monitor is a definitely plus in my book. Another key feature on the monitor, of course, are the connections on the back. Not only do you get two HDMI 2.0 ports, but you also get a display port. In addition to that, they went out of their way and added a USB Type-C port, which makes this monitor a premium monitor. Another pro is the bezel-less feature on the monitor and overall the ergonomic design on the monitor. I like the fact that you're able to control and adjust anything from the monitor itself, or if you're just chilling back playing a game and want to switch over to watch a movie or watch Netflix, you do not have to get up and tinker with the monitor. They went ahead and added a remote control so you can control everything from the palm of your hand. Another pro is the FreeSync, which will avoid anti-ghosting, and of course the eye care technology that comes with the monitor. Now it's time for us to talk about the cons of the monitor, and we really don't have that many. We kind of have to nitpick just a tad bit. One thing I really wish the monitor had, it had a swivel. That would be really amazing, just because sometimes you really need to shift your monitor and you just don't want to move it out of place. Now, another con that I'm going to add in here is that it's not a 4K monitor. The only reason that I'm adding this as a con is because I know a lot of you guys are going to see the price and be like, man, this really has to be a 4K monitor. Now, the thing with that is you guys have to trust me on this when I tell you, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between 4K and 2K. And the reason why you won't be able to tell the difference is because since the monitor is so small, it's a 27-inch monitor, you're not going to be able to see that much difference between 4K and 2K. And the monitor does have a lot of other neat features like the HDRi emulation that enhances the colors overall in general, so you won't miss that 4K fidelity as much. Now it's time for us to find out if the monitor got the LaserBolt approval. Overall quality, it does meet that mark, but now it's time to us to talk about the price. The monitor is going to cost you $599, but thankfully to BenQ, you're able to use my code, which will be found in the description down below, and you're going to be able to save 25% off your purchase. So with that being said, 100% this does get the LaserBolt approval. Highly recommend you guys pick up this monitor, whether it be a Christmas gift or for Black Friday if it does go on sale. This monitor is going to make you extremely happy, not only if you're a content creator, if you're a streamer, a gamer, because the monitor will work for every type of content you want to display on it. Don't forget, if you want to stay up to date to all gaming peripherals and want to find out if they lead the LaserBolt approval, make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.